Hello everybody, this is NAPA Fan here, and this is race number 5 in season number 8 of the NOFSRL Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Auto Club Speedway for the first time ever. We're at the newer version of this racetrack. For the past 7 seasons, this race has been at the original California Speedway, but tonight, I'm gonna crank it up a notch because this place is a little crazy. We got some 4 and 5 wide here at the Auto Club Speedway, but either way, it's still gonna be a fun race, and really don't know what to expect here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400, but if anyone knows what to expect in an Inter 2003 race, this guy does. I'm alongside Dylan Young. He's been doing this longer than I have, so you're gonna know what's going on here at Auto Club. What do you think we're going to see today? Of
Definitely
course,
so. You're going to make me feel old one day just for that alone.
Hey, I'm not trying to. But either way, what do you think we're going to see? With that inside lane not being as good as the outside lane, but still being possible to pass, do you think that outside lane is going to be highly populated, or are they going to try to get that inside lane to work all night?
They're going to really try to get the inside line going, because a lot of times I feel like once you try to get the inside line going, you keep using it. So people are going to try to use that, and then eventually someone is going to take advantage of that and run the high line. But then again, you never know what really could happen, because Auto Club is a multi-lane groove track. You could basically run the low line off the turns with the exception of the exit of turn 4 and the exit of turn 2 if necessary. Turn 4 especially, because you can get a good run on the high line, and then you basically just ride the high line to the start-finish line, and you got that position easily. So keep an eye on that as we head to the start-finish line in case coming to the checkers.
It is very much like that at Phoenix where we were last week, where that outside lane works, especially off of turn 4. So, like you said, Dylan, you do want to watch coming off of turn 4, especially if you got a close race to the finish. That outside lane is probably going to be the place to win. But you never know. That's why we race, and it's 40 laps here tonight. Should be a 1 pit stop race, and we got a new points leader. Mark Davidson came from outside the top 5 to take the points lead after that wild race we had at Phoenix, where everyone wrecked, except Patrick Smith and Mark Davidson, apparently. 1 point behind him, it's Wyatt Quayle, who has been doing an excellent job this season. He won 2 weeks ago in what is so far the first caution-free race of the season, and I'll get to that in a second, at Las Vegas. So he's been doing a really good job. Both of those guys rookies. The first veteran in the points standings is Diego Yepes, 16 points behind. Michael Canto and Josh Marzak tied for 4th in the points, both 18 points behind, but Marzak with the tiebreaker because he won the Daytona 500, so he's got that win over Canto. Not that it means too much at the moment. We are only a 7th of the way through the season in a strict points championship. These 5 guys, they might be deep in the points by the time we get to Homestead in September. But either way, Michael Canto, very much so looking forward to this race to begin because he's got a shot at the race victory. The Last Star Racing did very well last weekend with Daniel Voiles. No, Matt Tuck's really excited for Michael Canto to get up here, and he's 18 points behind and starting on the pole. Alongside him, guy who almost got that win in that caution-free Las Vegas race got passed with 2 laps to go. Julius Anderson in the 22 been doing really good in his sophomore season, even though he didn't race last year. He was in season number 6. He's still going for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. He might have a shot in the number 22 machine. Fisher G and uncharted driver Zachary DeLello in row number 2. Row number 3, our points leader, Mark Davidson. He came out of nowhere to take that points lead, but he's now the hot topic guy here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Alongside him, it's the 24 of Roger Ray in the car that finished 2nd here last year when Nicholas Samadillo drove this machine for Zidell Motorsports. Last week's winner, Patrick Smith in the 66, got his first career Napa fan win in that crazy race at Phoenix. He's alongside Rookie of the Year contender Andrew Ross in the number 35. Andrew Ross looking to rebound his season. He's been kind of the odd guy out at Velocity Star Racing. Hasn't had the best of run so far, but a good shot at him. At a good run here tonight, driving the number 35. And then we got the 04 John Andrews alongside the 30 of Hair Joe Larvin Alonso, a couple of veterans right there in row number 5. And a couple of guys I want to mention who almost won last week at Phoenix, but both wrecked while pretty much leading the race. Carter Friesen and Matt Delia in row number 6. Want to watch out for those guys. We could see a caution-free race here. Did a couple of test runs, and we got some caution-free races, so expect that to possibly happen here tonight, just like it did at Las Vegas. But either way, we're ready to go. We're green flag racing in the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at the Auto Club Speedway. West Coast dreaming here at California.
Look at G on the inside, trying to take the lead from the leader right there. And a nice run right there, trying to get position. Who knows how the racing's going to be? It may stay the same as they are 4 wide for third, and now looks like maybe 4 wide for second. Look at the 0-4 in the middle of the meat of the sandwich there, beating the bang with a couple drivers.
They are intense for second place right now. But last week's winner knew that Phoenix race was intense, and he just drove away with the victory. That's what he's trying to do right now. Patrick Smith leading the field. Here comes Friesen. Here comes Nicholas Samadillo. Samadillo won this race, or should I say finished second. He didn't win. He finished second last year here at California. Well, he is now in the second position. 3 wide to the inside of Mark Davidson and Fisher G. Tristan Allen, Josh Marzak all in the inside lane. This is not at all what I got in the test session, let me tell you that, but they're keeping it together for now, somehow, some way. Patrick Smith will lead his second lap in a row. That's a bonus point towards the championship for last week's winner.
Yeah, and the Canadians doing one heck of a job driving right there. I'll tell you what, man, throughout that pack, we're seeing a bit of 4 wide as a couple cars a little bit off the pace there, but regardless, man, they're racing like crazy. It's the last lap of the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I think it's going to calm down a little bit once they start getting single file here. Nicholas Samadillo in the second position. Fisher G trying to get to the inside of him for second. You're going to see right here, Samadillo's going to get that run on the outside, and you know what? Fisher G got a pretty good run on the inside right there. But it looks like Samadillo will clear by the time they hit turn number 1. That's Riley Spurley. I don't know what happened to him, but he has fallen off the pack, and there might be an internal issue in that number 39. We'll see how many seconds behind he is. He slowed up a few guys at the back of the pack. Brad Stover, Alexander Rowe, Nathan Stapleton, and Daniel McMillan. But I think these guys might be able to catch on at the end of the pack before the set of pit stops or before a caution, whichever might come first. We'll have to see. I mean, if they get a caution, they'll rejoin the front of the pack anyway. Side by side for the race lead. Fisher G to the inside. Patrick Smith not going to get it at the line, I don't think. I think it was Smith. But a really tight battle up front here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Auto Club.
Yeah, and I think if you notice too, it may have lost a cylinder. That's probably how far back he is. He's losing the pack easily, but then again, you never know, and you do make a point. You see those drivers trying to get back into that pack as G is battling with the lead still. And the 30 down to the inside that Home Depot Chevrolet, and how they're using almost an entire bit of track from the lowest of low to the highest of high. So these drivers are not afraid to use any bit of that track there. So that just shows how the package is at 4 wide for the lead, and wow, what a battle at the line right there.
Nicholas Samadillo, Mr. Edge at the line for a bonus point. Man, just like the Season 2 Daytona 500 when he won, but absolutely nothing. But he's going to fall back a little bit, but he might have the advantage here on that outside as they're 3 wide for the lead. I was wrong, guys. I was expecting a rather calm race. We are definitely not getting that here. Mark Davidson to the inside of Fisher G now. Nicholas Samadillo all the way up top. And he's going to stay alongside the 6, but we're going to have a new leader for this one. It'll be Fisher G in the number 6, leading lap 6 here at Auto Club.
Yeah, Fisher G got a good run down the middle right there, led the lap, but now he's going to leave the bottom open. And whoa, a little bit of contact right there. That's Patrick Smith I just seen right there make a little bit of contact, but they're going to keep it together, though. Good save by those drivers. But, man, they're still going crazy up in the front. And look what I'm starting to see working his way up. And I recognize that scheme right there. That's John Hart, that 05 with that blue numbers and that yellow scheme right there. He's working his way up, and another 4 wide battle for the lead.
They just keep on doing it. Zachary DeLello.
They're going to try 5 wide.
Boy, Zachary DeLello shot his way through the middle right there and was able to almost lead a lap, but Fisher G was able to nip him at the line. Josh Marzak and now Jonathan Skimnicki. This was not what we were getting in the test sessions at all, and I'm afraid we're going to get a massive accident if we're not careful. They've kept it together fairly well so far. Got to give them credit for that, but I don't know. They got to survive to the pit stops, and if they can do that, we might be good to go for a caution-free race, but the way it's looking right now, I don't think we're going to get that. How about Zachary DeLello, uncharted driver? You know, Alex Bonsignor can tell you, being an uncharted driver in this race is pretty good luck, because he's won this race as an uncharted driver twice. And he did so last year as well as a defending race winner. How about the 67 of Zachary DeLello? Could he be the 3rd uncharted car to win a race here, the Auto Club Speedway? He has cleared Nicholas Samadillo for the lead. Here comes Sam Adio trying to work the outside on Davidson, and Jonathan Skibnicki running up front right now in the number 26. Great to see that guy running and contending for a race win. He's only got one win on NAPA Fan, or should I say one win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That came at Indianapolis in Season 5, but great to have him back and great to see him running in the top 10 here at Auto Club.
Yeah, he's having a really good run right now. He's keeping himself out of trouble. He knows, too, in the rear of the field, they're getting a little dicey, so he thinks it's time to get up to the front now, and it looks like they have calmed it down a bit now. It's now being 3x3 throughout the pack, with the exception of the top 2 being single file. I mean, we were almost seeing just about 5 wide out there. That just tells you how hungry these drivers are. Oh, I think they're going to catch up to that slow car coming up ahead.
Yeah, Riley Spurley's about to get lapped. He's obviously lost his cylinder because you don't go that slow by losing the draft. Nicholas Samadio might try to use him as a pick here. Somebody else with an issue. I see him on the apron. Julius Anderson, problem on the 22. But either way, leaders closing in on Riley Spurley. And Nicholas Samadio, oh boy, trying to use him as a pick, and he will, and out of nowhere, Sebastian Kukalan to the inside of our race leader, and Kukalan trying to take the lead away from Samadio here at Auto Club.
Oh, look out. They nearly wrecked right there with the lap car. And finally, he got out of the way going low. I was surprised why he didn't go low right off the bat, but he stayed with them, and that's like a rookie mistake right there.
Well, Riley Spurley is a rookie, I will say that much, so tough break for Riley Spurley getting a lap down, and Julius Anderson coming down the pit lane, and I don't think he'd be able to make it to the end of the race after this. So he's lost the draft. Tough break for Julius Anderson. New race leader, Sebastian Kukalan in the 13. He almost won in Las Vegas as well, and now he's running up front. You know, the tire wear's starting to come in. I think these guys are going a little bit slower. But I gotta tell you, some exciting, intense racing here at the Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, Kukalan I'm starting to like a lot. He's starting to be one of those underestimated drivers right there. He's really been making this dance of being one of the newcomers of the NR community. He's doing one heck of a job right now, so give him some credit. He's not afraid to step in any ride and do what he can. So right now, he's up in the top 5 and very prominent run. But again, another battle for the lead. The 5 car is now taking it, and that's probably DeLello. Nope, not really.
That is Emily Anderson. And the number 5, the only lady in the field leading at Auto Club, taking over from Elijah Gordon, who is the past champion of the last 2 seasons. He's won the last 2 championships, and she's got a lot on her shoulders, replacing the legendary Elijah Gordon, who won the last 2 seasons of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and in the same ride as well, and now she's finally showing some promise. One guy I gotta really give a lot of credit to, though, is Nicholas Samadio. We're seeing a lot of new faces up front, but Samadio has pretty much been in the top 5 this whole race. So credits to him. And Emily Anderson, this is a huge opportunity for her, trying to best one of the legendary drivers of the series, Nicholas Samadio, and she's doing so right now for Elijah Gordon Incorporated.
Yeah, she just led that lap right there. That was a big moment right there. And I'll tell you what, you're right about that 48. That's been one of the strongest cars all race long so far. And we're nearly halfway there. And that car we've been easily seeing in the top 5. And whoa, I don't know, you just noticed right there. Skibnicki almost put a car into the wall right there.
He almost got into Kukalan. You know, Skibnicki's one of those guys who would love to get a win. You know, before the NAPA Fan days, he was a guy who would never win. Then he finally got a couple of wins once everything started getting into gear, and then he finally got that Chick-fil-A Cup Series win in 2016 at Indianapolis. He's got a great opportunity for Dirk Motor Racing right here inside the top 5 to the inside of Justin Roberts and Nicholas Samadio, but it is still Emily Anderson leading the field in the 5 for Elijah Gordon Incorporated, and this is a huge opportunity for her. I've seen her work her way up through the series. She started in the Hers Dash Series, moved over to the Pro Series, got a couple seasons in the Truck Series, and now she's finally at the top in the championship ride, and she is leading here at Auto Club.
Wait a minute. Are we seeing pit stops, or I guess
nope,
not.
We're not. We should not see them. We should not see the pit stops until past halfway here at Auto Club. So it should be a one-stop race. And I got to be honest, I am really impressed with these guys not wrecking so far. I mean, they are all over the place, but they have not gotten into each other, and we've remained caution-free up to this point here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. Great job by these veteran drivers of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and the rookies as well. They're just doing an excellent job putting on a great show here at Auto Club.
Definitely so. I was surprised, though, Skibnicki kind of looked like he was going to make an indication of something on the road because he really wadded up the field. And right there. He just lost a couple positions because of that right there, but at least he's still hanging around in the top 10. And look at the 5 trying to find the high line for the lead, but that's not where you want to be right there.
And Justin Roberts in the 38 getting a bonus point towards the championship, but Nicholas Samedeo is not having any of that. Finally got to the inside, and he's got some help from points leader Mark Davidson and Jadman Skimnicki up front right now. Sebastian Cucalon's another guy you got to watch out for. Turkey Hill Series champion last year, did an excellent job over there. He's won a few races, but he's not won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series yet. And he's got a lot to prove here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Justin Roberts out front again. Samedeo trying to work that inside. Is difficult to do so, but he's making it work right now. So I think everybody's still in the lead pack with the exception of Julius Anderson and Riley Spurley. Spurley's come down the pit lane, I do believe. And you see him coming back out on the racetrack. Julius Anderson has already made a pit stop, but Anderson will have to make another one. So we might be seeing Anderson take the race lead. Possibly. I don't think that'll be the case because these guys are going much faster in the draft, but it'll be soon when these guys are going to come down for their first and only set of pit stops in this race. Do you think we're going to see a wreck when these guys are going to come down, or do you think they're going to keep it clean? I mean, they've been doing a good job so far.
Yeah, so far they're keeping it clean and green as we are at the halfway point, about ready to pass it soon. And I'll tell you what, even though the pit stop has not happened yet, I will not be surprised if the 48 wins this race because of how strong that car is. I mean, that's probably one of the most powerful cars I've ever seen that's ever came out here in Auto Club. And I mean, again, like you mentioned when we were doing the pre-race thing, I've been doing this for a while, and I've seen a lot of cars come through this track, but that's got to be one of the strongest cars coming out here, hands down.
Yeah, that team is one of the only 3-car teams in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series without a race win. Zidell Motorsports, Justin Zidell, the owner, is definitely on top of the pit box, and Nicholas Samedeo cheering extremely loudly. I can tell you that much because Samedeo's got the chance to get Zidell Motorsports their first win in this series. They've been one of the stronger teams. Both Nicholas Samedeo and Roger Ray made the chase last year when we have the chase. There is no chase this year, but still, definitely showed a lot of strength last year, and Samedeo trying to get this race win that he thought he should have had last year. Got beat out by uncharted driver Alex Boxner, now single file out front. That is a great position to be in coming to the pit stops. And when we get those pit stops, this pack is going to split up and we're going to have multiple packs in the field. So you're going to want to get a good pit stop and be in the lead pack, or otherwise you're probably not going to get the win.
Yeah, and another thing too, you really don't want to be within like a few cars in the pack, but you don't want to be all wadded up in the pack. Like at least a small pack of like at least 12 or so. That would probably be the best bet, because there has been times where about a good chunk of the field, 20 plus cars can come on in, and then there's the driver's rear of the field that really don't get a good pit stop. So that is something also to keep an eye on too as we stay green if we do have to replay pit stops.
And we probably will. I mean, these guys have gone 23 laps without a yellow. You got to give them a lot of credit for keeping it clean with the racing we have seen here tonight. I don't know. Are they going to survive the pit stops? They got to come down that pit lane, and they're still 3 and 4 wide back in the pack for the lead. Hergelervin Alonso to the inside of Nicholas Samedeo, unable to make that inside lane work right now. The tires are worn. I'm sure all those crew chiefs are getting those 4 fresh Goodyears ready in the pit lane, so these guys get some fast tires for the final green flag run of this event. But they're starting to get single file up front. This is good news for Nicholas Samedeo. It gets a lot harder to pass when you're single file. I mean, we were 3 and 4 wide for the lead a majority of this race, but now it's starting to calm down. Is this going to play into the hands of Nicholas Samedeo here tonight, or will somebody find a way around him?
And another question too, when pit stops come around, do you think strategy can come in mind, like 2 tires of gas? And I think that's the indication of coming down the road. Oh, a couple of latecomers coming on in too, and oh man, that's that. I think it's what I call
together. Great job of these guys. Fitzwater and Mitchell Henderson, the Aussie drivers, getting bumped into each other, coming down the pit lane. That is a tough break for the North State number 25. His teammate Patrick Smith got the win last week. Mitchell Henderson not off to a good start to his season. Nicholas Samedeo, though, number 48. You see him right there.
25.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning right there. Mitchell Henderson, he got into the back of Zachary Fitzwater coming down the pit lane. Didn't work out too well for him. The rest of the guys, some guys I think are probably going to stay out here. They got to be careful. We do not want to trigger a caution while the green flag cycle of pit stops is going on. We've had that happen enough last year.
I think one car may have stayed out. I am not too sure, but I think I've seen a black car out
Lucas
there.
Jacobson in the 64, rookie driver to Wade Enterprises. An extra lap for him. It's probably not going to play into his favor too well. I mean, this is going to be the only stop in the race. Sam Adeo off first. Alonso. How about Diego Yepes? Great pit stop for the number 92, trying to get his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. And Yepes is only 16 points behind Mark Davidson, so a huge opportunity for him to move his way through the points. But Sam Adeo is out of here in the 48. We'll have to see where he comes out in relation to everybody else. But we got some guys coming off here. Justin Roberts was the leader of these guys. We're going to have to see if he can beat off Nicholas Sam Adeo. We're going to see Sam Adeo coming through here. Sam Adeo's passing Riley Spurley right now. Roberts is way out ahead, and he might beat the 48. But that 48's coming with a full head of steam.
Because they were like in the middle of the pack. Look where they're at right there. Good pit stop right there.
It's going to be close. It's going to be Justin Roberts, Nicholas Sam Adeo, a couple of the front runners. Here we go. How about Roberts almost getting that 48, but unable to do so. And I think Riley Spurley fixed his issue, so he's going fast right now. And Nicholas Sam Adeo's drafting right off of him. A huge opportunity for Sam Adeo to pull away from the rest of the field. It's Nicholas Sam Adeo, Hergel Arvin Alonso, Diego Yepes, and Justin Roberts in the main pack. Emily Anderson fifth after the cycle of pit stops. Then 3 wide, Josh Marzak, Daytona 500 winner. Alexander Rowe, who was actually caught behind Spurley. He moved his way up inside the top 10. How about that rally for the 06? There's Lucas Jacobson.
Jacobson's going to be... They were in the rear of that field at the point, and they managed to just get themselves in the top 10 right as the pit stop through about ready to start. And he's going to still be in the top 10 as of right now. So a good job right there, but it's the 06 team right there.
And Daniel McMillan, Nathan Stapleton as well doing a pretty good job because they were also caught behind and falling off the pack with Riley Spurley, but they're now inside the top 20, and Nathan Stapleton would love a top 20. He only has, in the first 4 races of the season, 28 total points. All but one uncharted driver who's made a start this season is ahead of him in the point standings. I'm pretty sure Stapleton wants to get at least a top 20 here today, but definitely they expected a lot more, but they just not had the best of luck at all. They're last in the points of all the full-timers. But either way, back to the lead.
And we're nearing 10 laps to go, too, so I guarantee these drivers, they're going to do what they can to try to get that win. But how hard will they push it? Because you look at it, there's 4 cars that are in this battle contention for the win, while 5th place is just quite a ways back. I don't know if they can get up here in time.
Yeah, they might have some more guys, so they might have a shot to close in, but I just don't think it's going to happen. These guys seem pretty content. Maybe not. Alonso to the inside for the race lead. And Hergel Arvin Alonso, by the way, is 6th in the points. This win could put him in the points lead if he were to get it. We'll just have to see if he can pull that off, though.
And I'll tell you what, real quick, too. If these guys keep battling, that will help that second pack catch up to these leaders, especially how they're going to go 3 wide for the lead right there.
Yeah, Nicholas Sam Adeo in a little bit of a pickle. That was a great job by Alonso holding that inside as Yepes tried to get to the inside of them. And now Yepes going to move to the inside. Justin Roberts.
Wow.
They're going to go 4 wide for the lead.
They nearly went 4 wide just with all the lead cars right there, but they keep it together going 3. And you're right about that lap car getting that car back together because whatever they did to fix him, he's up to speed. And I guarantee he's got to be kicking himself for having that issue right there.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down, Riley Spurley. Last place right now here at Auto Club. Not exactly what you want, but you know he's going to affect this lead battle for sure.
Well, he could help out a Ford manufacturer right there that's in that race trying to battle for the win.
Yeah, that's Justin Roberts right there in the 38.
Yeah. I mean, you could. That's a little brainstorming there, but you never know what happens. At the line, will be 9 laps to go. And right now, remember how we mentioned how the Samudio, how he's got the best car? Look, he's still in that main pack right here, and he's got a shot to win. Mm-hmm. I would still not be surprised if Pete goes out and wins this race. And
I wouldn't be either.
Can see up ahead too, it's all open road right here. I don't think we're going to catch anybody else. It's just going to be whoever it is between these 4. And real quick, when these guys come at the line this time, we'll look at that second pack when they cross the stripe. So keep an eye on it. You see, between 4th place and 5th place, it is still at least 3.5 seconds. Let's see what it is here. Leaders will hit the line there as it's now lap 33 of 40. And it has...
Yeah, not enough to do anything. Only 4/100ths of a second that big pack closed in. So it's going to be one of these four guys. Justin Roberts in the 38 leading the field. Diego Yepez, Sergio Larvin Alonso, and Nicholas Samudio. You say Samudio. I've always said Samudio. And I'm always going to say it that way.
Samudio too. Nick, if you're watching it, sorry if we keep butchering your name. It's just that type of name.
Well, you know what? If I have been, I've been messing his name up since 2015, so I think he's okay with it. But either way, how about Justin Roberts leading this field? You know, we haven't really seen much of him so far this season, but he's going for his 4th career Cup Series win. And if he were to get it, it'd be the 2nd win for American Motorsports. He got the win with Josh Marzak in the Daytona 500 a few weeks ago. But now, Justin Roberts in position for a race victory. Nicholas Samudio back on the inside. He's going to contend for this one.
At least the 3rd position from Alonso and trying to take the lead.
Samudio to the inside of Diego Yepez, but Roberts stays out front in the 38. And these guys are actually falling behind. They keep on battling for the 5th position. Zachary DeLo's up here. How about Garrett Senor? Great run for Senor. Daniel McMillan's in this lead pack. Nathan Stapleton, Trey Bartow, a lot of guys who need some decent runs, and they're all in this 2nd pack right here, battling for 5th. But it's going to be one of these 4 guys in victory lane, and it might just be Justin Roberts, who is cleared for the lead, as they're now single file. Alonso's probably the most aggressive of all these guys. You know he wants to win. He was going to retire at the end of last year, but he decided to come back, and so far it has been an excellent choice for him because he comes into this race 6th in the points, a win here today, and even a 3rd place finish could put him in the points lead, but Mark Davidson's running 8th right now, so he probably will stay in the points lead. But even Wyatt Quayle's up here. Wyatt Quayle could pass Mark Davidson, and you got to watch out for these guys.
Wow.
If we get a wreck right here, that's going to end the race, so they got to be careful.
And I guarantee you, if a wreck comes out, if you're one of those 4 leaders out there, you know you hear the words caution. You better hope, A, the finish line isn't that near, and if so, you better make the move. That's the main thing that happens. And B, most importantly, you gotta hope that car's gonna stay together throughout the end of the race too. So
you do. Pass for the lead. Diego Yepez. He got around Roberts. Alonso's really the big factor here. He's the one making all the moves, and he's getting these guys in the middle lines and all that, and it's getting really interesting here. All these guys, veterans.
Don't count out Samudio. He's still got a really good car, man. It's like ever since the pit stop, it's still there. Hasn't been as good since the beginning of the race, but that 48 has just been up there, up in the front this entire race long. And I guarantee you, they're approaching a car, I believe, up ahead.
Yeah, it might be Mitchell Henderson, who we noted ran right into Zachary Fitzwater when they were coming down for the cycle of pit stop. So tough break for Henderson. I don't know if they're going to close in on him or not. But Yepez trying to close in on Alonso, who just took the lead away. And by the way, it's 2.5 laps to go here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400 at Auto Club.
I guarantee you, though, if they do, it may come on the last lap. Hopefully not on the last turn. There has been moments where it's happened. But, man, they're getting really close to him. I think they're going to approach him off turn 1 and 2 once it goes to lap 39 of 40.
I think it will. Sergio Larvin Alonso still leading the field. We'll have to see if he can get his first win since Dover last year. Coming out of retirement, or should I say faking retirement. He was going to do so, decided to come back, and like I said, it's been a great decision so far for GL Racing. They're going to be single file when they hit Henderson here, and I think Samudio's bailing out. I don't think he's going to have a shot at this one. They're going to drive to the inside. A little bit of a side draft there. But it looks like the top 3 will pull away as they come to the white flag here in the NAPA Auto Parts 400. GL Racing and Sergio Larvin Alonso take it with 1 lap to go.
Alonso trying to hold on, man. I'll tell you what, ever since the pit stop, that 30's been the strongest car there. Samudio's had the strongest car all day long, but man, look at this. Here comes the battle for the lead off.
Diego Yepez not going to have any help on that inside, but he's still going to have a run. Yepez going for his first career Cup Series win. How about Justin Roberts going through the middle? And Samudio's here as well. You got to watch out for everybody now. Yepez clears for the lead, but at the line, Diego Yepez, first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series victory. Here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway as he edges out Alonso for the last lap pass.
What a finish right there. Holy cow. Man, they put a show out for the fans, and the fans, hopefully, they enjoyed that one as the sun is setting there. What a finish!
Diego Yepez came into this race third in the championship standings. He'll go to second, I do believe, as Mark Davidson was able to finish seventh. But Alonso just barely lost it there to Diego Yepez, and it was Justin Roberts trying to split those guys. If he actually stayed in that line, I think Roberts would have had a shot, but he could not grip it through the middle. And Diego Yepez, your race winner here at the Auto Club Speedway. He won the Meliola Smooth Fest back in February, and now he's got a points-paying win here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and another caution-free race. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm glad we got a caution-free race here tonight, because after last week, we definitely needed it. And next week, when we hit the Martinsville, it's going to be crazy as well. So we'll take this caution-free race while we can. It still had a lot of action in it. But Diego
and I'll give a lot of credit to Yepez, too, because he's actually coming back to NOFSRL, and it's kind of fitting that he actually won here at Auto Club, because that was actually one of his strongest tracks the last time he was able to race in any NOFSRL race. So that's kind of ironic that he ended up winning this race. And, can't wait to see what Yepez can do if he comes back as a strong suit for the NOFSRL here. So I cannot wait, but what a good showing there by Diego there. What a good run he had.
He had a fantastic run, and it was that pit stop, because we really didn't see him before the cycle of pit stops began, and then all of a sudden he was third, and in that lead draft, able to surpass those guys at the perfect time. And Alonso finishing second, Justin Roberts, Nicholas Samadillo. Highest rookie was Zachary DeLello, finishing fifth, and Emily Anderson, Mark Davidson, the points leader, should stay the points leader. Garrett Sonora, Alexander Rowe, John Arndt, all getting great finishes after pretty hard starts to their season. Take a look at the rest of the results here, and only 3 guys finishing a lap down or more. Mitchell Henderson, we saw the issue with him. Julius Anderson had an issue as well. We don't know what happened, but he had to come down, and Riley Spurley had that cylinder go down at the beginning of the race. They were able to fix that. He ended up finishing 2 laps down, but in last place, so not much gain there for the 39, but either way, it didn't work out for Lucas Jacobs, and we saw the pit strategy he had. He stayed out a lap later. He ended up falling to 39th. Topsy-turvy race once again in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but a fast one at that. But
give a lot of credit, too, to Alexander Rowe and John Arndt. They barely managed to get the top 10 runs. We didn't even talk about it all, let alone Garrett Sidner. He ended up 8th in that race. Didn't even talk about him at all at one point. Look at where he finished. What a great job for all 3 of those drivers.
Garrett Sonora, his last win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and mind to tell you, he's been in every season of this series. Last one came season 4, second race of the season at Atlanta. It's been over 4 seasons for Garrett Sonora since he's last won. Over 100 races, but still, that is a great run to build on throughout the season. We've been seeing Yepez run very well. We saw Wyatt Quayle run very well before he got his win. It's a bit of a trend. You run really well, you might get a win in the future. And that's what happened with Diego Yepez. We have still yet to have a race winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series that won a race last year. Josh Marzek's still the first guy to have won a race this season, to has won a race in a prior season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But the rest of them, all getting their first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win, started with Nathan Baird at Atlanta, then Wyatt Quayle last week, Patrick Smith, and now Diego Yepez. But I think Yepez might be one of the guys to watch out for in this championship. He has been running very strong, and he got the win here today. But you got to give kudos to Sergio Alonso, Justin Roberts, Nicholas Samadillo, all those guys, longtime veterans, showing their stuff here today, running with Yepez. But Yepez able to best them for his first career points-paying win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Points are going to be interesting. I think it's still going to be Davidson, but Yepez is going to be a lot closer, and I think he'll be second. And we'll have to see how it all goes down next week at Martinsville, because last time, Jesse Turner was going to win that race. Had to come down 2 laps to go, and that's where Nathan Stapleton got that memorable victory, driving the number 54 for Hamel Racing Enterprises last year. He's at American this year, by the way. Congratulations to Nathan Stapleton for finally getting a top 20 this season. I think he doubled the amount of points he got so far, so great to see that as Stapleton. And he's going to the place he won it last year, so things on the rise for Stapleton, driving the number 28. We'll have to see what he does next week at the STP Old Dominion 500 at Martinsville. And that race last year was wild and crazy. I think we're going to have another one with a lot of wrecks as well, just like the Phoenix race was last week. But either way, we're not done with the racing this weekend. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, it's the MAV TV 100 in the Haas IndyCar Series. One of the 3 crown jewel events in the Haas IndyCar Series this year, and I'm looking forward to that one. First time coming back in the IndyCar Series since 2017, and it's going to be a fun race just like this one was, but we might get a couple of wrecks in that one. It's going to be wild. But either way, Thank you so much for joining me, Dylan. Final thoughts on this race? Diego Yepes getting the win.
Well, overall, this race was unbelievable. They were going 3-4 wide throughout the racing, and of course, this is actually the first time.
And he goes out right at the end.
I hope the people who are watching enjoyed this as well.
Oh man, the technical difficulties were really good the entire race, and then all of a sudden it starts cutting out. But either way, we do greatly appreciate
timing,
Dylan.
Right?
We do appreciate you coming on either way, and we know what you were going to say. This race was good, and I agree with you. It's a pretty good decision. We moved to Auto Club. We had a great race, caution-free. I don't like having cautions too much, especially after last week. And this is a great race here for Diego Yepes as well. He's the race winner. The second win for William Brock's team as well. They're doing pretty good so far this season. Now all they need is Carter Friesen to get a race victory. We'll have to see what happens. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the point standings after 5 races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the MAP TV 100 in the Haas IndyCar Series, and next weekend for the Old Dominion 500 at Martinsville. Thank you guys for watching. On behalf of Dylan Young, I will see you guys later.
Like an arrow deep in an ocean of glass, I crash through the black. Follow the sound, the beat of your heart like a man. I'll capture you back. Run into the shadow, break through the night. Gotta be brave and have no fear. Fighting for the fight.